Insane medieval laws you won't believe actually existed. The Middle Ages gave us cathedrals, knights, and castles. But it also gave us something else. Laws so bizarre, they feel made up, yet every one of these was real. Here are some of the craziest medieval laws ever written and enforced. 1. No wearing purple in medieval England. Not just anyone could wear purple. Thanks to sumptuary laws, only royals and high-ranking nobles were allowed to wear it. Why? Purple dye was rare and expensive, made from crushed sea snails. So lawmakers turned color into a crime of class. Caught breaking the rule, you could be fined, imprisoned, or worse, publicly shamed. 2. Animals could be put on trial. Yes, in medieval Europe, animals could be arrested, tried, and sentenced, just like humans. Pigs were often the worst offenders. If one injured a child or stole food, it could be brought before a judge, assigned a lawyer, and even executed. In 1386, a pig in France was dressed in human clothes and publicly hanged for murder. 3. It was illegal to predict the weather. In 14th century Britain, forecasting the weather was dangerous because it looked a lot like sorcery. Saying a storm was coming could get you accused of witchcraft. Trying to make rain fall, that could be treason against the crown. In some places, even watching the stars too closely could be grounds for arrest. 4. Suicide was a crime against the king. In medieval Europe, suicide wasn't seen as a mental health tragedy. It was a crime because your life belonged to God and the king. Those who died by suicide could be buried at crossroads, denied funeral rites, and even have their family's property seized by the state. Death didn't free you. It punished your loved ones. 5. The bread law. Bakers had to be honest. In England, bakers were legally required to sell standard-sized loaves. No cheating with underweight bread. To be safe, many added an extra loaf to every dozen, just in case. This is where the term a baker's dozen comes from. If they cheated, fines, public beatings, and even the pill. 6. Trial by ordeal. Let God decide in some cases. Courts didn't decide guilt. They left it to God. A person might be ordered to hold red-hot iron or plunge their hand into boiling water. If their wounds healed cleanly, they were innocent. If not, guilty. Justice by miracle or by burn. 7. Witchcraft laws. Even sneezing could be dangerous medieval. Witch laws were vague and deadly. If your neighbor's cow died or your husband fell sick, they could accuse you of causing it. Being strange was enough. And during outbreaks of plague, even sneezing too much could raise suspicion. Punishments ranged from drowning, hanging, to being burned alive. We like to think laws are based on logic, but in the Middle Ages, laws were often born of fear, superstition, and power. They weren't about fairness, they were about control. And many of them make us ask, will the laws we live under today look just as strange 500 years from now?